Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Bahrain circuit for the first Formula One race in 2023. And yes, the lineup is still the same. I didn't take my time to change it and customize it. So, anyways, running through our top six in this race, or we'll just go through the whole field. In row one, we have the 44 of Lewis Hamilton and the 16 of Charles Leclerc. In the row behind them is his teammate Carlos Sainz and the 4 of Lando Norris. In the 10, we have Pierre Gasly and the 22 of Yuki Tsunoda, the rookie. Well, technically, I'm not the rookie anymore. The 7 of Kimi Räikkönen and the 99 of Antonio Giovinazzi. Teams often are pretty close together, except for the 3 who got a penalty, sending him to last. Anyways, in the row behind them, just outside the top, or in the row behind them, outside of that row is the 31 of Esteban Ocon, and Fernando Alonso in the 14. Rounding out outside of your top 10, we have the 18 of Lance Stroll and the five five no not the yeah the 5 of Sebastian Vettel. Um, I have to grab something really quickly. Okay. Anyways, rounding outside of those positions in the 63 is George Russell, next to 47 of Mick Schumacher. That number 9 of Nikita Mazepin, and the 6 of Nicholas Latifi, just in a row behind his teammate George Russell. Valtteri Bottas had a bad qualifying run in the 77, and the 33 of Max Verstappen, his whole team did, as the last row, rounding off our 20 car field, is the 3 of Daniel Ricciardo and the 11 of Sergio Perez. We are going to race for 4 laps. They will be coming down at lap 2 for fresh tires. No fuel, just tires, because as you know, fueling in F1 races is banned. Anyways, for 4 races at Bahrain, are we ready? I'm pretty sure you are ready. Anyways, the lights are coming on. And guess what time it is? Just shortly. And it's lights out and away we go. Coming on through the first straightaway, the DRS zone, which we will activate probably after the pit, which will be activated after the pit stops, is where they come through as the 16 of Charles Leclerc, coming through the first 3 turns, has taken the lead. Coming on to turn 4, Charles Leclerc still in that lead. Oh, but the 4 of Lando Norris with a move up to first, coming into turns 5 and 6 through 7. The 22 of Yuki Tsunoda making up some ground on that other lane, as Lando Norris, still in the lead, is coming to turns 9 and 10. Charles Leclerc clears Lewis Hamilton as he is now side by side with his teammate of uh, Carlos Sainz in second and third. Lando Norris coming through the next set of coming through turn 11 into turn 12, still in a pretty far lead, as in last is that Mercedes of Valtteri Bottas. Coming through into turn 13, coming around into 15 into 14 and 15, Lando Norris still with a dominant lead. Oh, but Carlos Sainz trying to get around his teammate, or no, Charles Leclerc trying to get around his teammate of Carlos Sainz as we enter lap 2, pitting this lap as DRS is activated. This doesn't give anyone a good run, unfortunately, so Lando Norris will keep his lead. Valtteri Bottas keeps his last place. We have not had a caution yet in this F1 race. This is just a longer circuit, that's why the race is so short. The 10 of Pierre Gasly coming on to 5, 6, and 7 takes a move, but the 47 of Mick Schumacher actually enters the top 5, but Lando Norris gets way ahead, a way better exit on that turn, coming into 11 as getting close. The 55 of Carlos Sainz takes second in the podium as Lewis Hamilton shortly behind. Anyways, they're coming down this lap, coming through turn 12 up into 13. Lando Norris, unless he has a bad pit stop, he is going to run away with it. Now, for this race, we have managed to set up separate pit stalls for every driver, which took up every single slot instead of one for each team. As that number 10 enters the top 5 as, oh geez, oh god. Okay, we enter lap 3 and they actually end up deciding all to stay out one lap longer as Valtteri Bottas still in last. A caution honestly might help this because they might be able to, we'll just say it's a 5-lap race with pit stops on lap 3, so there will be an actual 1-lap extension to the race. Lewis Hamilton actually catching them coming into turn 5, 6, or into 5, 6, and 7. As they're getting close together, Lewis trying to catch up, trying to make that pass, entering turn 10 after 9. Lewis Hamilton gaining on him in second. They're coming down this lap. This could spice things up. Coming into 11, who is going to take it? It's still Lando Norris, as that number 14 of Fernando Alonso slips into the top 5. That'll earn him some points. Coming around through 13, coming onto the DRS zone, Lewis Hamilton is not catching that number 4 of Lando Norris as they're coming around close to pit lane, and pit lane is now open. Everyone going in. This could get crazy. Valtteri Bottas is in last for a fact. Who will take it? They all successfully enter pit lane, being even that close together. The 22 of Yuki Tsunoda with a good run. He's staying within the top 10. He's almost in the top 5 actually. He's currently 7th. Sebastian Vettel in that 5. See if he could make something happen is Lando Norris off pit lane. In the same order they came in, same order they came off. They are now on lap 4. Lando Norris is in the lead with a pretty big gap on Lewis Hamilton. Coming around, oh, that's 16 of Charles Leclerc. Just caught Lewis Hamilton in a breather, coming through 5, 6, and 7. Lando Norris still in the lead as here they come. Oh, jeez, lag. Luckily, no one loses any positions. That gap, though, with Lando Norris and Lewis Hamilton is just ever slightly growing almost every turn. But Lando Norris has a bad exit on 10. This gives Hamilton a bit of a run away from Charles Leclerc and closer to Lando. Luckily, Lando keeps it. That might be a good position for that team, but we will see coming on to turn 13. Lando Norris still in the lead with Lewis Hamilton catching up to him. As Yuki Tsunoda has broken off from his teammate of Pierre Gasly, as Lando Norris still losing time to Lewis Hamilton. As there they go, and oh, the caution is actually going to come out as we see Lando Norris crashing just before the line, losing his lead to Lewis Hamilton. Not great, as actually a little loose is that number 18 of Lance Stroll. Luckily, Lando Norris, even after that bit of contact with the wall, he has a bit of front wing damage, but it's not enough to be worried about as they're coming through. They're racing back to they are pacing back to the grid under safety car. Coming through into 9 and 10, the podium and we are going to restart on the final lap after the safety car ends, and they are lined up. As let's see, if Lewis Hamilton can keep this, he might win the first race of 2023. As Lando Norris actually loses some spots during this race back to the formation. He loses to both of the Ferrari drivers. Okay. After the restart, Lewis Hamilton still on that front row. Anyways, I think it is time for us to go back green into the final lap of this Grand Prix. And the white well the final lap is beginning as the 55 of Carlos Sainz takes that lead from Lewis Hamilton in that 44. That 55 machine might win this as coming around 4. Oh, but up the inside, the 14 of Fernando Alonso is actually going to take the lead. As Carlos Sainz, stuck on that bad lane, loses a ton of spots. Can Carlos Sainz get back? Oh, Lewis Hamilton, after a shakeup, will take it with Yuki Tsunoda coming into turn 9 in third on possibly his first podium in Formula One. Lewis Hamilton with a good lead on that number 14 of Fernando Alonso. I'm pretty sure that the 44 of Lewis Hamilton has just won this race already, and the 31 of Esteban Ocon is trying to get around that 22 of Yuki Tsunoda, trying to get a podium, coming through lap 13 for the final time. As Valtteri Bottas... Actually, where is Valtteri? Well, anyways, they're coming around through the final turn, and it's going to be Lewis Hamilton winning at... Oh, they were far behind for some reason. Okay, Lewis Hamilton has just won today at Bahrain. Winning the first and opening race of the season, followed in second by that number 14 of Fernando Alonso. And in third is Yuki Tsunoda. An amazing finish for Yuki Tsunoda, as the 11 who was having issues finally just, I think, gave out just now of Sergio Perez. I don't know if he had them before. Anyways, we are going to review what happened, the footage and everything, the finishing results, and get those points out to you.